everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Lisa Arazzi. So I was downloading all of the clips that I just filmed onto my laptop to edit them and everything and realized I somehow, some way deleted the intro to this video. So I am redoing it now. If I look a little bit messed up and crazy, it's because the self-tape that we did today did involve a lot of physical movement and I don't move. But yeah, so that's why I kind of look a little bit crazy. Basically today I just took you guys step by step on how to film a self-tape because I know, especially ever since COVID and quarantine and everything, if you are an actor, model, anything in that standpoint, self-tapes are basically the new normal for auditions now. They rather you send in the self-tape than go into an in-person audition. I truly do miss in-person auditions, but there's a lot of upsides to self-tapes if you do them right. So today I basically took you guys step by step on how to film a self-tape, the right ways to go about it, what you need to do, what you need to know, and what you need. That's what you guys are going to be watching. If you want to see any more content from me, all my recent videos and all my socials are in the description down below, so make sure you go check those out. Actually wait, because if you didn't, finish this video and then go down there and check them all out so that you guys can stay up to date on what's been going on in my life, because it's been a little bit crazy recently. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and let's get to it. Okay guys, so I am in my workout set. Basically this audition is a workout video, so they want you to fit the description: sports bra, biker shorts, or leggings. It's hot as fuck in my house, so I chose biker shorts. Let's go step by step by step. First thing you want is to have a completely blank backdrop behind you. They don't want to see all of this shit. They don't want to see all of this shit. Even the LEDs are too much, but I have a pretty small room, so I have to make do with what I have. You don't need to go to like one of those places that film your casting videos for you. It's a waste of money and you're already putting money into your career. That's not another thing that you need to do. You can come 100% do this at home. Just find your most blank wall. White necessarily isn't the color that you want to go with, but like I said, if you're doing it at home and it's all you have, it's all you have. So I'm gonna go with white, and you just want to make sure that like it's set up to where there's no big distractions behind you. Like this, I know that you can see those things a little bit, but this is still a pretty good setup. You see from my head to my chest, would be good for my first slate. No big distractions. My head is completely in frame. They can see from chest up to the top of my head, and that's how you're gonna slate. I'm going to teach you guys how to slate in a second, but first we're going to set up the camera. Okay, so for this I have a tripod. Unfortunately I have two tripods. Both of them are broken, so I need to order some new ones. We're gonna make do with what we have. I'm gonna set this one up, and like I said, I'm using my phone to film. You really don't need to go like pay money for someone to do this for you because it's so easy to do from home and just use your phone for the filming. Self-tape isn't really like an audition reel. Even like actors, those film their self-tapes from home on their phone because it's really just showing the casting directors who you are, what you look like, and what you can do. It's nothing too crazy. First thing you want to do is get your angle right, so I'm gonna set you guys up somewhere to where you can see me doing the angle and everything, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, I like probably look super blown out, but this is my tripod right here and my phone. I'm gonna go to my camera app. When you're doing a self-tape, one thing that's extremely important, you're never gonna be filming vertically like this. It's always going to be horizontal in landscape. If you see it like this, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna skip right over your video because you already didn't follow the first direction that they gave you. So they're not even gonna watch your video if they see it like this. Unless they specify, you're always going to film horizontally. I'm going to set up my camera, and like I said, my tripod is broken, so it's pretty low for what I would usually have it. I'm going to raise it as much as I can, and then I'm going to take a tester clip, so I'm gonna press play, and I'm just going to like test to see how far I am away from it and what like the angle is so that I can adjust. Right now it is recording. I'm just gonna back up against my blank background like this and make sure that the angle is at least from your like waist up to the very top of your head. You don't want a ton of head space, and you don't want your entire body in it unless they specify to see your entire body. Don't mind me looking completely cracked out right now, but I just wanted to add in really quick that when you're doing your slate, sometimes it is okay to show from the top of your head to about mid-thigh because you're going to be doing a 360 turn within your slate, so it kind of is going to fit regardless. But when you're saying like hello, my name is, where you're from, all of that, it is more so wanting to be on just your face, and you're going to see the angle in a little bit, but I just want to add that in real quick. From like about right here, the top of my waist to my head, and I'm going to check to make sure that that's the angle, and if not, I'm going to like tweak it until I get that. So my angle I'm going to show you guys, this actually is really good because they still get to see your body type, so I prefer my angles to look like this. If I'm slating, I'm going to zoom in so it's just like this this angle. If I'm doing my slate, this is the angle that you want so that they can clearly see your face, what your face structure looks like. My angle, you guys can see me talking, is you see my headspace and then you also can see actually my entire body. The reason why I prefer to film my takes like that is because it helps me when I am doing my slate so that I don't have to like zoom in, zoom out. I already have it fully in. While I'm editing it, I can just cut into a zoom. I actually have to reread what the audition is telling me to do because I already forgot. I'm gonna set you guys up so that you can see me do my slate and everything, and then I'm gonna like basically go over what a slate is, why you slate, and why there's different slates for different things. For this one, I just need to say my name, where I'm located, my height, and if I have any tattoos. Certain slates, they're gonna ask you to insert really quick personal questions just so that they can decide right away whether you're a fit or whether you're not. Majority of slates is gonna be your name, your height, where you're located, and your agency. So for example, hello everybody, my name is Alyssa Adoxy. I'm 5'9", bested. The slate is the one I fuck up the most, bro, because like it's verbatim in my head, but I'm so quick to say it. Like my thoughts are moving faster than my mouth and I always fuck up. My slate is, hello everybody, my name is Alyssa Adoxy. I'm 5'9", based in West Hills, and I'm with Left Agency. And then I'm gonna look straight ahead, turn, flip, 1, 2, 3, turn back to camera, flip, 1, 2, 3, turn all the way around, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to flip all the way back to camera. So they saw my profile, my other profile, straight ahead, and full body because I did a 360 turn. That's gonna be your slate every single time unless they specify to add in different things. Now that that's out the way, let me actually get started. So for this one, they're asking if I'm union, which basically just means if you're part of SAG-AFTRA. SAG-AFTRA is basically you're with the union. Depending on where you're at in your career, I don't always recommend becoming union. I personally am not. I'm applicable to be, but I'm not. And it's just, it really depends on where you're at in your career because you have to pay to be union. But if you're not like fucking Denzel Washington, those $300 that it's taking every month just so that you can claim that union status, it's kind of like the big agency names. And I don't remember if we've talked about this before, but it's kind of like the big agency names in the sense where like you're basically paying for something that you're not getting enough back from and you're not seeing the benefits of it. Versus Denzel Washington, that $300 a month every month isn't taking anything from his career, but it definitely benefits him because of where he's at in his career. So it's like he gets the certain benefits that you would get if you were a union. I could still get those benefits just being tied to my agency, maybe not as high of a benefit. But being tied to my agency, there's going to be things that your agency will and won't allow on set. Same thing as a union. If they don't meet the requirements of a union status set, you can call your rep and they'll come down and literally fix shit on set for you just to like make sure that it's comfortable for you. So there is perks of being union, but until you're really high in your career to where those $300 that you're investing into your career isn't going to hurt it, I don't recommend jumping into being union. Hello everybody, my name is Alyssa Adoxy. I am 5'9". I am vaccinated, but I don't have a booster yet. I am non-union, and no, I do not have any tattoos. For slates, you'll most likely get it on the first try, but I just like to take like 2 or 3 takes just so I have options because maybe I smiled a little bit more, maybe I had a little bit more personality. Little stuff like that, it does make a difference. Self-tape, it always feels like it's very relaxed because you can just do it from home and it's not as high pressure as any other audition. Personally, I like to treat it as high pressure as any other audition just because it's still an audition and you want to be able to get into that mindset of like, I want it to be perfect so that they can see I'm perfect for the job. Always hold your self-tapes to the same standard that you would hold yourself to if you were actually going to an in-person audition. So I actually liked my second take more than my first take for my slate, so I'm going to use that one. Another reason exactly why you should always do multiple takes regardless if you feel like you got it the first time. Your 4th or your 5th take might be that magic take where you finally just get it. Always take multiple takes, and while you're editing you can decipher which one goes best with what take and everything that blends together perfectly. That's one of the reasons why self-tape auditions are honestly better than in-person auditions, because you can take those multiple takes and you can make sure that you get the most perfect one to send into the audition. You get me? This part I can't really like show you guys or say anything. It's confidential, so I can't really show and say what I need to say on the takes on video. So oftentimes for different takes they're going to want you to have a little bit different angles, which is exactly what happened. I just fiddled around with my tripod a little bit to make the angle that they wanted, and it's kind kind of more difficult for me because my tripod is broken. You're in the same situation or you don't have a tripod, you're gonna have to fiddle around a little bit extra just to make sure that you give them what they want. Specifically, they wanted right here to right here for this take, so I just had to jiggle that thing around a lot. One thing that's going to piss off casting directors every single time is not following the directions on the tape. If they give you a simple instruction, they expect that instruction to be followed in the audition, so it's going to be the same thing with your audition reel. That's going to be the first thing that's going to piss off a casting director. They're not going to finish your video and they're going to click on to the next person. Make sure lots of personality, always follow directions, and always make sure that it's up to your standards of what you think is a good audition. Look at my hair. This shit was perfect, not so much anymore. Sometimes you're going to feel crazy with what you have to do for auditions. That 1000% made me feel a little bit crazy, but sometimes that helps. It works in your favor. Get into that like character. Catch my breath. The more you hop into that character, yes, it's a modeling gig, but it's commercial. That's as much as I'm gonna say. So there is a little bit of acting involved. Still out of breath. But yeah, modeling is basically just still acting, so you want to make sure that you really can dive into the character that they're asking you to create, because even if it feels crazy to you, first of all, sometimes that looks amazing on camera, and second of all, it shows that you can really dive into that character. This is a perfect example of why sometimes for physical movement you need to double check over and over again and do it beforehand, because I just got a really good take and it was a physical movement take, and because this was my action, I was hopping out of frame, and so I don't get to keep that tape. I have to redo it, so I'm just kind of trying to see how much I can do on camera that's not gonna push me out of the frame. And you're gonna have to do it a couple of times just because it is physical and you're not always going to be exact every single time on that physical movement, so do it multiple times just to see how far you can push it. Okay, so finally I got the take. It's not always going to come out perfect on your first try. Normally what happens to me, and I have to check myself on it constantly, is since if I'm not getting it like right away, I am someone who everything has to be perfect, especially when it comes to my work. I am extremely serious about my work and auditions especially. I want everything to be perfect, so when it's not coming out perfect, I start to get like really hard on myself and really down on myself, like fuck, like why am I not getting it, like all the negative intrusive thoughts. That is going to show in your tape. That is going to show every single time in your tape, so you want to make sure that that's not what they're seeing. They're not seeing your frustration or incompetence. They're seeing the best parts of you. That's why getting to audition with a self-tape and an audition reel and being able to edit it yourself really comes in clutch sometime, because you want to pick the best parts of you to put in that tape, because when you show up to set, they want to see only the best parts of you on set with them. Just make sure that you're keeping your space while you're auditioning very positive, very uplifting, very much like, okay, I could do this better, how can I do it better, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Because when you start to get really negative to yourself, it's gonna come out on tape. There's been certain audition tapes that I've had no choice but to send in, and of course I didn't get it, but I absolutely hated them because you could see, even with like all my fucking acting and shit, how frustrated and how unhappy I was with the takes I was doing. Don't send that shit in. I have to redo this bun and then I'm gonna set up for take 2, and then we'll basically just go over all the important parts of a self-tape from start to finish really quick one more time. Okay, I'm literally sweating, bro. That self-tape actually was slightly a workout and it's kind of embarrassing. I'm sweating, I'm hot. Let's hurry up and close out this video. Basically for me, I always edit my videos, even my YouTube videos, on iMovie, if no one knew that. I feel like a lot of people think I use Filmora, but to me it's pretty obvious I use iMovie. Filmora is expensive, I'm broke, doesn't make sense. Even for my self-tapes, I'll use iMovie, but I'll edit on my phone just because it's easier for me and it's easier for self-tapes in my opinion. You can 100% go onto your laptop and edit it. It's not necessary for me, it might be necessary for you. Try it both ways, figure out what's easier for you, to you, all that, whatever. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over all the clips I took, and I'm going to kind of decide which ones I want to use just so I can crop it down to the parts I'm actually going to use. I'm dead. I was at my friend Elijah's house yesterday. We were having like a little painting day with all our friends. I forgot my phone in his house after like we left, and so he ran back up to get it for me, and he was like, oh, I left a surprise on there for you, and I completely forgot. But then, oh, wrong way. That was our painting day. I love him. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the clips really quick and then we're gonna like decide which ones to use. So I was going to edit all the clips together because that's what I usually do, but I was reading the instructions again because you should always double, triple, quadruple check the instructions. The instructions matter a lot. They matter. The instructions want 3 separate videos: the slate, the first action, and the second action. They don't want it all as one clip, so I'm just going to immediately upload them to my agent because he's the one who like submits all of that shit for me. Basically, we are done. We finished, and hopefully this was really like informative. I definitely want to start doing more model content on here because there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure people don't know about modeling, like how to find an agency, how to go about going with the right agency, how to know if an agency isn't a good fit for you, what to wear to castings, what to do at castings, how to do your makeup for casting, what to bring to set with you when you do get booked, like all those different things. I definitely didn't know in the beginning, so I'm sure there's a lot of girls and guys out there who don't know exactly what they should wear, what they should do, how they should act, and what they should bring. So I want to do more content pertaining to that on my channel because my channel is modeling, lifestyle, fashion, and beauty. Gotta make sure that we all get it in there. Yeah, definitely if you guys want to see more content like that, I'm going to do it anyways, but if it's something that you really want to see, definitely let me know down below so I can make more content based video, or yeah, more videos based on that type of content. There we go. She's up here. She's up here. It just takes her a second. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. All that good stuff down below. All my recent videos and all my socials, including my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, will be in the description down below, so don't be afraid to check those out. And with all of that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.